Hey there, and welcome back to Trainwreck, an educational monster train series where you watch me struggle at around 200 Pact Shards. Yeah, not much to report today either. I think this will be a quick intro. Our previous run was a Nameless Siren Crucible Warden Infusion run with Offering Monument, a Kinstone Totem, and a Discard Pseudo Infinite with an Intrinsic Perils, a Furnace Tap, a Void Binding, the full Ember Drain package. And it was a Primordium run. The most interesting thing about this run, I think, is that at the end in the Divinity, I think I would have been better off throwing away Primordium and playing top floor instead of middle floor. I overvalued Primordium. I mean, we still won without having to reset, but I ended up losing a Siren because of how fast the combat required me to set up, and I couldn't keep up with the defense. So even though I had the Crucible Warden Infusion on it and was scaling it considerably, I could not outpace the incoming damage. Honestly, very interesting, I think. It's interesting to me because a big part of that I underestimated was the Divinity's damage, and this is directly a factor from 200 Pact Shards, right? So Divinity hits like a truck. I believe it's what 14 times 2, so he's doing 28 damage around there, which is outrageous, right? Compared to the what is it? I think at 100 shards it's 8 times 2, so a total of 16. I believe that's accurate. At 100 exactly, anyway. Yeah, and then I think the way it works is that you get at 105, you get a +1 on top floor, and 110, you get a +1 on middle floor. I believe that's correct. Actually, it might be 7 times 2. Let me think. I actually think it is 7 times 2. 14 damage, that sounds right. It should be yeah, I think it's 7 times 2. This is something that's always hard for me to remember. There's just a lot. There's a lot of numbers in this game, and it's a piece of information that you have accessible to you as a player, but I believe it's 7 times 2 to 100. Anyway, it's basically double that at 200, which I suppose mathematically works out, right? You'd expect about as much, as long as you're not off on the threshold. So that's fair. Now, it was just a lot of damage coming in. It's kind of the point here, and that front Siren could not take it and perished. So in the end, even though I preserved Primordium's buffs, I had one fewer Siren on the floor, which hurt. The other big advantage to the top floor I had is I had a Siren Song kind of in the wings, right? This Siren Song would have done a lot of great work for me, except for the fact that I was, on the wrong floor. And I opted for middle because of my draw order, because I did not have an intrinsic on this. So it's a little bit interesting. I think in hindsight, definitely the top floor play was correct and just giving up on Primordium, or more likely, simply not playing the Primordium until the second draw through, right? It would have been a lot slower on the ramp, but I think that's probably best. It's really interesting to think about. Yeah, I don't have much else to add there. We'll not dwell on it too much. We're moving on to Fade here. We did win the run, right? I mean, the mathematics worked out in our favor, but I think that I made it harder on myself than I needed to. And that's always something I try to look out for, because Divinity hurts a lot. And tanking the middle floor is actually really hard on the Divinity at 200. It's tricky at 100, but at least he's not that strong, right? It's not that bad. Not that bad until Relentless, anyway, but you know what I mean. Anyway, Little Fade, let's have a run of it. I like Little Fade runs because they are different than the other runs, and if they're easy, fair enough, but if they're not, that's also okay. I just like Fade. She falls in the same category as Spine Chief for me, just a run warping champion that is very, very powerful, that you are strongly encouraged to play around. Yeah, cool. So as always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get this started. I don't have much else to say. Let's do it. Heck yeah. Play some Monster Train. Incredible. All right, hope you're all doing well today. Man, I don't know what it is about Monster Train and wanting me to play Umbra with Melting. I'm just way over this. Woof. This is actually not a terrible combo, simply because I have Little Fade and there are one space banner units I can use. There's actually really good setup to use with Morselmaster and like Draft Infusion. Now we'll of course see what we get, but yeah, I hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing fine. I think, releasing my big software patch thing that I'm working on today. So I could have started my workday an hour and a half early in order to get it done an hour and a half early, but I decided I wanted to record Monster Train for you all instead. Also, I think this is a nice little ritual if I can get it off right. Like if I can actually successfully finish a run of Monster Train before any of my initial meetings, then it actually is pretty nice. Yeah. All right, well, let's go ahead and hop in and see how we did. All right, we today are Exile Melting, Exile Umbra. We at least have pings, I'll take it. We're facing Dazed Talos, Spell Shield Arcus, and Patient Seraph. So this is a Trainwreck run, is the scary thing. So that means the enemy Seraph has trampled, guaranteed. Normally, my approach to this run at 100 shards would be just stay at 100 shards. And obviously, if I see a solution to Patient, I'm going to take it. But if I don't, I can just tank with Fade and then blast the floor. And it works out pretty well. Here we don't get that luxury because he's going to blast the floor and then trample into oblivion. So you know there's that. We'll see. Our cards are good. We have Wicklash, Mind Collapse, and Fatal Melting. Wicklash, I'm always happy to see Burnout Extenders here. And Mind Collapse is a ping, and Fatal Melting is okay. Now, of course, I'm talking about this like I've already seen Firelight, but you might not. If it spikes, woof. I don't really know what I'm going to do on spikes here, but we'll see. And if I could always Eternal Flame, but then I have to have a normal run, and I don't love that, is usually my opinion of it. She's strong. This is a really bad clan for spikes. Unless I had like a Prismal Death starter. I don't know. We'll see. We have temples on 2, 3, 5, 7. So a decent spread. 4 of them. At least 1 in the late game. I'll take it. The dupe on 8 is Steel Side. Okay. It's a good Steel Shop with Vortex on 7. Magic Shop with a Caverns and a Horde is pretty okay too. Removal dupe Pyre Remains on 6. Competing with a kind of mediocre Magic Shop. There's a Trinket Shop Horde Pyre Remains on 5. It's too bad that's not money. We instead get the Steel Shop Caverns money on the other side. I might need it, but we'll see. Dupe on 4, otherwise unimpressive. It's just, garbage stuff. A good Magic Shop with a Remnant banner. I like that. We get double steals on the early game. You can tell because we have nothing on 4 and also, let's see, nothing on 6. We do get our only mid-game Steel Shop on 5. Keep that in mind. We have Forced Umbra banner on 2. Sucks. Another Forced Umbra banner on 3. Sucks. Now for Firelight, this is okay because I'm actually happy to see Morselmaster. Yeah. So let's look at the Forge first because it's Fade. We have Firelight or Little Icarus. It's definitely Firelight here. Yes. We're going to take the Horde. The first Hell Pact is really strong. I have Mind Collapse. This is Umbra. We're going to take that. Yes. That means I can actually comfortably play these at 0 and do 9. I am going to tell you, I really don't want to take risks right now. I can find ways to get to 200 without taking this Horde. 15 shards right now. It's tough. That is very tough. Yeah, not much really to add other than this is just the only cards that answer them are Mind Collapse or Fatal Melting if I play well. I don't know. I think this is too big of a risk. I'm going to skip this. I want an early ring 1 to be easy. This puts me way too far ahead on Fade. I think this is still a champion where going too aggro is going to lose, so we're going to skip that Horde. I will find other ways to reach this point. How do I feel about spikes? I think I can take it. Yeah, I think I can get away with spikes here. Every little bit matters. Now, no money on ring 2. No unit on this floor as well, so we cannot play bottom on this one. So we're going to Rubble Morsel Fade. I will toss her the Wicklash. This guarantees a perish, and then I'll play the Mind Collapse, I suppose. It's fine. Woof. We're going to plink middle. I want that collector. I don't really want to buff Fade here. I didn't get a Train Steward, which is a tragedy. We're going to plink bottom. Okay. I mean, I guess I'm buffing Fade. I don't want this necessarily, but I don't really have a choice. We're worried about the spikes, dude, so I guess we Mind Collapse him. I think that's fine. Not great. Yeah, wow. Bottom decking every single one of... Sheesh. I mean, we do kill it on top, at least. I can plink middle. I mean, I'm at least killing the back units here, but dang. I would kind of like her to not die on this turn. Man, it's tough because I did kind of hurt myself a little bit here. I did. I could Fatal Melting for 3 damage here. I could extend this burnout, but then she burns out on this mid-floor here. She would anyway if I reform her, though, so we just accept the Rubble Morsel here, I think. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. I wish to double Train Steward upstairs now. I think this is important. Yeah, we double Train Steward and I plink upstairs for the kill. It's not ideal, but we get through it. She burns out. I can plink, which I can drop. Don't play the Morsel. I'm looking for at least a reform here. Good, or else we would lose. Although she has too much life as it stands. We at least only get hit twice. The math doesn't check out the way you want. Ow, come on. 1 HP, I lost 5 life for that. Alright, again, I think this was a good choice to not take that relic, good grief. Hallow Drippings is good. Extra burnout, good. Entombed Explosive is nice. Yeah, I'm just going to take the Drippings, though. I think it's a safer and better pick. Space Prism is very strong in the Fade run. Space is money. Perils is not bad, but I have Fade, so I don't necessarily need it. And I already have 2 Mind Collapses. Let's take the Space Prism here. Well, it is what it is. We gotta go and get a banner unit here, so we're gonna hope for something. Quick, damage shield 3. Honestly, Morselmaster is way better than Overgorger here. I have very poor Morsel generation that's only gonna get worse, and I'm doing Fade things. Morselmaster is just better. It is. We're going to take the damage shield 3 because this is a correct survivability choice on this guy. And I'm going to re-roll this. Yeah, multi-strike. That is a champion of a unit here. Incredible, in fact. Okay, that is good. We can intrinsic that Space Prism, and we will, because this means I don't even need space on the floor. I can plus 30 the Fatal Melting, and this thing actually does something. And now we can at least go a little bit out of control here. 25 shards. Looking good there. Glad to see it. We have a fully upgraded Morsel friend. I'm looking for an infusion. I think we can take it. The multi-strike friend is nice here. Ooh, interesting. Fade into the Morselmaster here is very powerful. We can plink, which is great, because now, look at this, I can do Magma Morsel, which clears the floor, and then we can pop in the back, which is great news. Honestly, that's good. Right? That is good. We get a burnout here. Ah, that's unfortunate. That's fine. The play is Train Steward upstairs here to get the Collector, and we just ping in the back. We at least kill a dude here. It will be fine. We can reform them both at some point. Getting Fade back kind of sucks, but I'm going to play Fade bottom and toss her the Wicklash here. And that way we don't have to worry about reforming both of them again. You then reform here. We drop in Morselmaster doing 200 damage. And we get the kill. Great news. We're strong. Even at 25 shards, we have the weapons to deal with this. It's just a matter of making sure I have enough burnout here. And we did. Very strong combat. We get the Entombed Explosive again. I think that's actually the same exact setup. I mean, I think the actual play is Dripfall here. It could be the line into Patient if I need it. It's a good utility, and I'll take it now. Now that I have, I think, 2 burnout extenders in the Wicklashes and the Hallow Drippings, I don't need this tomb. I don't need it. Another Space Prism. I don't think I need another Space Prism, right? I have a 1 space dude. I can just dupe him already. Yeah, I'm going to take the 10 gold here. Honestly, Lady of the Reformed is killer here as an infusion, right? Right? I didn't get a draft or something. Lady of the Reformed is just killer. I would say Crucible Warden because the defense is important, but Lady of the Reformed is pretty big. She just applies Burnout 3 to the whole floor, which is going to be good, and plus 20 health is solid. Honestly, yeah, let's do it. That's a good infusion. I'll take it. I'm going to... I don't need the Steel Shop, incredibly. I fully overloaded. So I guess I'm going to look at the Horde, and we're just going to hedge our bets. I am going to do the infusion now. I think it adds enough. Right? Yeah, I think it adds enough. It also prevents any weird turns. Plus 30 again, a Purge. Melting Spout, huh? Interesting. Hammered Chestplates is maybe okay, but I don't know how I feel about that. By the way, note, no Prismal Dusts, no Stealth Tombs. We did take a Damage Shield 3 into our friend, at least, and we can always reform our entire floor. So I guess it's not the end of the world, but question marks into Patient for the moment. Hammered Chestplates is okay, but annoying. Eventually it doesn't matter, because Fade still dies, but I think I might just sell this. As annoying as it is, I would take the Chestplates, but it's going to create problems into this next combat and potentially Rings 4. I think I want her dying. The Spout is potentially okay. I could maybe see a Remnant Host or something. I actually think the Spout is worth at least 25 gold here. You might see something from later points of the run, right? There are some tombs. It's not ideal, but I don't think this is going to be good. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it for 25 gold. We'll take the money. The plus 30. Remember, I'm going to the Divinity. We're going to purge a Plink right now, for sure. I'm going to plus 30 the Fatal Melting. It's such an expensive card. I would actually rather plus 30 this Mind Collapse, in truth. Yeah, we'll do that. And we've used this full temple. We're going to go to the caverns. I mean, Dante is a very powerful play, but with our run, I don't need this. I just need to go to every dupe that I can see. I actually think Dante hurts this run. Like, he's very strong, but we have the answer. He's great because if I didn't have this, if I didn't have this Lady Morselmaster nonsense, we'd have Plinks that he could weaponize in a big way. It would help the Mind Collapse and the Fatal Melting. And he hits like a million times. In this particular run, I think he actually just makes it worse. Alright, that's it. That's my Ring 3, I guess. Nothing crazy. Okay. I believe... Wow, that's a scary bottom floor. Well, that's scary too. I believe bottom floor is the play here. I'm going to base prism bottom. It's weird, but it's okay. I get plinks at least. Yeah, I mean, we don't get what we want on middle. I can plink this out. Yeah, you can at least do a lot of scaling here, which is pretty good. I can Mind Collapse, you plink first, get more Morsels. This is fun for a lot of reasons. We have 2 Ember, which is enough to hardcore blast the front dude here. And we can blast the middle dude here. Save all of our HP. It's a lot of Morsels. See, he actually lives because of that infusion, for the record, which is pretty huge. You can play Fade, which tanks this whole floor. And I can finally put down a Train Steward. And we can blast with Fatal Melting here, which is pretty decent. Sure, it's pretty good. I am planning on an elevator solution to this run at some point. Don't really think about it too much. I wish to Wicklash my important unit, and I will Drip Fall Talos because she now has to leave this floor, and there's no kind of weird stuff that can happen here. Okay, we get the Primitive Mold. Fade drops in. I will attempt to plink upstairs. Okay, we'll take it. Some lifesteal here is pretty strong. Ah, come on. Forge Disciple, you got upgraded. We hate to see it. I can't play these or they're gonna die. I mean, I might play it anyway, and then if it dies, it's okay. I can reform it. Yeah, sure, fine. Alright, we get the Reform here, which means I get back the Excavator, which is fun. I can play that, which fully kills this floor, for the record. We then get the Hallow Drippings here. There's a reason I did it, right? It's easy. She kills Fade on turn 1, but then we get the lifesteal into our friend, which is really good, it turns out. Then he lives, and then we get rounds, and we're okay. And now the run cleans up, I believe. Yeah. Kindle. Kindle is, it's an X-Cost card. I could sacrifice and play drafts on my floor, which is not wrong. I think the right choice is we just go to every dupe, you know? I don't need, these cards don't answer it. We're gonna go to every dupe. Too bad it's not a Waxen Spike. Yeah, imagine how weird and bad this run is if you go Overgorger. We just skip these. I don't need these units. We have it. Right, I just make more of these Morselmasters. We're good? Yeah. Cool, I don't need space. I don't need Ember right now. I can just simply take draw. And I think we've solved this, right? I think we've kind of already got everything we need. We go to the dupes when we can. We take everything because I think I need to. We go Firelight 2 because I need more scaling and faster. And I make another Morselmaster because he is a multi-striking 1-space unit that's quite durable. And that's ring 4. That's it. Mark of Invasion, I'll play top floor in exchange for this. This is good money, I believe. It's a ridiculously good turn 1. Wow. And then I play the Master, and that drops in a lot of Burnout. We put the Burnout in the back here. We drop in the Space Prism. This should be fine. I don't see how we lose that. Okay, I can reform, which brings back Fade, which is good. I play the Weight, and I think I'm going to drip the Collector to buy another chance at it later. Right? I think so. Okay. If I do Train Steward, I do get the Collector here. This is a big gamble. And I'm trading Pyre Health for it. But I think it's good. It's a big gamble. I don't want them in the pool. I take a little bit of Pyre Health for it. Okay, it's Weight of Contrition. I take 9 here. You know, it's better to take the primitive mold than it is to take the weight of contrition. You drop in Yon Train Steward in the back here, and it kills. Saves you 9 to the pyre, but you take 3. It's a weird trade, but I think it's good. Ugh, these curses really do suck me. I hate them a lot. Now, of course, I could miss Fade on this turn. I don't know, just hit is really it. I will Hallow Drippings this floor. It's power. I then play... Yeah, this is the good one. So I play the Weight of Contrition, then I Mind Collapse middle, then I play the Weight of Contrition, and we plink, because I might set up a ping on that floor for future purposes. And it's as simple as Weight of Contrition, Blink upstairs. Cool. Morsels. And then I get rid of a ping man downstairs. We take the plink. Cool. I think we are winning. Right? Yes, I think we are getting it. I can take the reform here. I get Fade back. Wow, awesome. In truth, excellent news. And we're okay. We just get rid of the morsel here and we blast it. I mean, I think we get it because this is a Fade floor that's quite powerful. It's a little scary, but I can just simply drip fall here. I would like to emphasize, he's hitting 3 times for the record. That is horrifying. He hits 3 times, 19 times 3. I went to 100 shards there. Still only takes 7 damage, which is a great trade. Remnant Pact is incredible. I'm gonna click that. That's outrageously good. Prism Retrieval is basically a free draw. I'm gonna click it. Yeah, remember, I have first Hell Pact, so that's good. I could go for removals. I can go to this trinket shop and look for, I don't know what, something. Something. Caverns is not bad. I can buy a whole bunch of removals. I think with this much money, it's like just correct to go to the trinket shop here, since there's no real great removal and I don't need anything from the steel shop. I give up on a possible overstack, but it's okay. Sketches is incredible. Just get everything out on turn 1. Better than Shade Lamp. Shade Lamp is going to cause me problems. Sketches is great here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it starts the combats fast, which I appreciate. This is going to be weird. I now have, oh my gosh, a Pyrestone housing. All right, so I now have a moral obligation to cut these train stewards out fast. So 1, 2... 3 removals, and that leaves me with, now run the math, that's 2 Morselmasters, Train Steward. That's 4 space on middle. That's all my space, but I have a space prism, so I can fit on Fade. True. And I get the removal dupe coming up, so I can cut the Train Steward, get a 3rd friend. Good. It's a little late for this Pyrestone housing, but since I'm seeing a dupe with the steel shop, I think this is the pickup. And we're happy about it. Now remember, I have to take basically everything here. Did I just screw up by removing all my train stewards? Maybe. Did I? Maybe. Let's just be honest there. That might have been a mistake. I'm gonna spell chain this Mind Collapse. I think that's good. I am seeing, oh man, I just maybe messed that up. I'm seeing 2 more dupes, right? So let's math it. 2 dupes, I'm duping a 15, so I'm going 30 there, it's 155. 170 from the artifact here. I can get 185 from the artifact here, and then I can take stuff. Okay, so I'm actually fine. I can take 15 from the ring 7 then. We're okay. I did not screw up. I'm not that bad at the video game. I could just remove another train steward, but he's actually free right now, so I guess I'm going to instead remove a plink, because I'm seeing nothing that requires money coming up. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut a plink. Sure, cool. We're just reducing our deck down to as little as possible so that we are consistent. Seal of Aggression, I think I can get away with here. Mid-floor loads out immediately. This also extends Burnout on everything, which is great. I can immediately play the everything else. We also get the Hallow Drippings on this floor immediately, which is value. Fade, chills middle, and I guess we plink. Yeah, we don't play that Morsel, but at least saves some HP coming in, which is fine. I get Endless Fade on a good turn. It's good. I'm gonna Mind Collapse middle here. Yeah, on middle on bottom, which lets me Fatal Melting, which is good. I should maybe have considered Fatal Melting upstairs now that I realize the error of my ways. We're going to drip 1 upstairs. Did I make a mistake? I take 50 damage for this mistake? You know... They're stealthed, friends. They're stealthed. I did it on the wrong turn. I'm a fool. I take 50 damage for that? Oh, man. It's too early in the morning. It's tough. That's tough. I take 50 damage. If I have to reset this combat over that stupid mistake, then it is what it is, I think. I get a little fade back. Alright, I have to ping 1 out, I believe. I can clear this floor, I think. Man, that's a big mistake, huh? Take 44 from him right now. It's tough. I don't really have a great answer. I take 44 from him. I mean, I will accept my mistake here. If I have to reset because of this, I mean, like, obviously this man hits me for 44 damage, but that's 44 I would have been willing to trade here if I hadn't already taken 50. Alright, well, we're not dead. Is probably the most important thing to say here. We've not died, because I have the Fatal Melting now. It's not good. I have to draw an answer to it. Okay, I mean, we get it, right? We get it. I honestly deserve this. That is a mistake that I deserve here. And I will accept this. I do think we have to Fatal Melting or we lose. Yeah, I mean, of course. And then we drip the boss because this is terrifying. We get a round out of it at least, which is strong. Yeah, I ate 50 damage on that combat. And you know what? I deserve this. I'm not going to reset the combat. I said if my mistake there cost me the combat, I would take it. All that for Refined Void, actually really good, but woof. We're going to click on Mortal on Crushing Demise because I need to kill units. And I'm going to click on none of these cards. Emberforge, Cannibalize. It's not bad to Cannibalize, but it's going to be pretty easy for my floor to die. I'm not worried about it. Cool, so anyway, I'm going to the removal dupe here. I get 20 HP back, sure. We get the Horde. Combustible Wax is a pretty great hit, but I don't actually need it because of the ladies, right? Instead, I could take Lost Luggage and just draw my entire deck on turn 1, which is pretty strong, I think. Flicker's Liquor makes that whole hand free, I think. I could do some cheeky stuff with the Mind Collapses, though. I think it's Lost Luggage here. It's just a consistency question. We're going to remove the last Train Steward. I'm going to remove a Plink. I'm going to dupe my Morsel friend here. And we're going to move on because that's it. I took so much pyre health for that. I feel so bad. I'd be at 84 right now. Right? I would be at 84. I do play the Fade, even though it dazes the whole turn. We will play the Remnant Pact here as well. I will drop in the Hallow Drippings. I'm just going to crush middle, I think. It's fine. I'll burn the Prison Retrieval. And we're cruising. I don't really want to take much. I don't want to play any of this stuff on middle. As much as I'd love to Wicklash here, I don't want to eat this Incant Shard. So I'm just gonna Blink. I may as well Fatal Melting, I suppose. It gets rid of a Spell Shield. Sure. Okay. We have the Endless, so I think this cleans up pretty quickly. You play the Wicklashes in the back. And I'm going to just ping out the things on the back of this floor. Sure. Seems good to me. Cool. We have a lot in the way of defense, so I think we get through this pretty comfortably. I don't want to deal with any of this other nonsense. You could do like Primitive Mold, Plink, and then Crush bottom, but I think we'll be okay either way. Yeah, we're fine. I get Fade back, so it's not like it's a big deal. Now, this is a Rally Shard, so I actually cannot play Fade here, which sucks a bit. I think if I put the Wicklash in front, we actually push all this damage into the back and we're okay. I need Fade to perish and not get stuck on a floor, so let's just get her killed mid-bottom. And I know that's armor I don't want to spend, but it's going to have to be okay. Okay, that was the worst floor of it. I want the Wicklash in the back now, and I will take the Fatal Melting here. It's good. It saves at least a hit. Sure. We should be fine now. Yeah, because I can Mind Collapse in the back here, which is solid. I don't want the tank here to get me, so I'm going to just Mind Collapse the boss, I believe, and we're okay. We should now have a very cozy kind of ramp here. I've preserved 6 damage shield for this combat, so we'll be okay. Yeah. We have a lot of stats. I think it's fine, right? Yeah, we get through it. It isn't pretty, but we do it, right? We do it. He has 2 stealth still, which is actually kind of scary. Yeah, don't mess with it. We have the win. Yikes. He swings through quite a bit. Our damage is also not that impressive. It's like 124. We're relying on quantity here, which is okay. Remnant Pact, Wretch, Wickless Recruitment, nah. It's definitely a very big quantity question. I'm taking another dupe, so a 4th friend. I think I could take space. It's weird, it lets me play 4 of them with the Space Prism, which is 5 space, and then I have spots for Morsels, but I don't think the Morsels matter. Let's just draw cards. I think this is right. And now I think I actually go to a magic shop and we try to make some things cheaper, because there's no dupe here and I don't need the steel side. We look at the Horde. Sinner Salve, Split Anvil. Split Anvil's pretty fun. That is an Ember solution. I don't see the need for the Sinner Salve here. We'll take the Anvil. It's fun. Magic Shop says, remove consume? No. Ember Stone. What's in this temple? I need to take pretty much everything. Plus 30 to the other Mind Collapse is incredible. Another Intrinsic. I can just intrinsic the Remnant Pact and always have what I want, which is pretty cool, I think. And this basically means I can remove the primitive molds now, which is also fun. Yeah, I suppose. Okay, sure, we'll take it. I do have to go to 200 here. I'm gonna look in the caverns before I do any big purchasing here. I don't think I want to trade Pyre Health after taking so much. I will. Firewall. I mean, that's a 15 for 15 trade that might actually pay out more than 15. That's pretty good. I'll take that. Yeah. We are going to Firelight 3. I need bigger numbers. Absolutely. I'm looking for -1s. Now, with the Split Anvil, I don't actually mind something like Fatal Melting existing at 2, right? So, like, Wicklashes should go to 0s, and I like the Crushing Demise going to 0 too. What's coming up? No Temple, no Temple. So I think the Crushing Demise going to 0 is a pretty good choice. I'm going to click that. Yes, I think the +10, I may as well toss this into a Mind Collapse. They're not getting upgraded from this position, right? Yes, that is true. You might as well do the 40 damage ping. Or re-roll it. With a holdover, I could hold over the Crush. Holding over Crush is very nice because it just reduces the density of an enemy's floor consistently, which I think is just good. 50-50. Guarantees we get the mini-bosses too. Yeah, we'll do it. I'm going to hold that over. I think the -1 here belongs in a Wicklash, which I always want to play. And then I think the 20 Consume gets rid of our last Plink, which is great news. A lot of money spent, but I feel pretty good about it. We're guaranteed to reach 200 between the dupe and the 15 there. So we move on. A little spooky, but we're okay. Mark of Invasion is guaranteed damage to my floor. Because remember, I play middle. Now, there's a lot of answers to this. I'm going to take this because at most this is 15 damage, and I'm confident that I can get through that. Somehow. Yeah, we see the answers. You get Fade down first on middle. Good. We're going to Space Prism here. I see so many choices. Wow, bottom floor is horrifying. Horrifying. I think you make your whole hand free by playing the Fatal Melting upstairs, which I think is good. I may as well do it downstairs, I suppose. Right? This middle floor is horrifying. Yeah, we'll do it. Makes the whole hand free. Gets me the Endless out immediately. Wicklash in the back. I will Spell Chain plus Spell Chain plus... Honestly, Spell Chain... I mean, I guess I can crush this. We can stop some of the damage that's coming in right here. It's kind of a weird choice. I may as well take the Mind Collapse here. I suppose it's fine. It's kind of the same, but it's fine. Right? Because you exchange an attack for the Extinguish. It's like it's basically the same, right? I don't think this Drip Fall does much. I just kind of kick the can down the road. I may as well just let it happen, right? If I have to reform this dude, it's okay. Cool, let's Fade middle. It's Wicklash in the back. We crush bottom. And I plink upstairs, and I take the HP, which goes into the front lad and loads out the floor a bit, which is neat. See, there's a lot of value in dropping in random morsels, but it doesn't happen often, is kind of the important thing. I also think, BT dubs, we're going to crush middle. Pew, pew. Because I can reform immediately. And that man comes back with 3 damage shield, and he's good to go. Then we drop in Fade, and we're kind of golden here. We burn cards, we're fine. We basically we will crush our own floor and reform that floor when it suits us, which is common. It happens all the time, it turns out. We will do it again. We crunch. I will crush. Honestly, hitting the front guy is a big win, in my opinion. We then play it. We then get the Wicklash. We then get the Fade, and we're cruising. This is a pretty strong play, too. I can revamp my floor, which I value quite a bit. This is looking like a big 3 damage ping here. I'm going to ping once in the back. Makes everything free. I then crush middle. Fine. We're going to reform it. Sure. Don't mind one bit. Fade drops in. Good. I will then Fatal Melting downstairs. Solid. And we chill. Right? No problems. We're going to keep doing it as long as they let me, which is fun. We just play out these spells, which are fun times. I will crush. Good. I will reform. Good. I will fade. Good. And I will Wicklash. Great. I don't see how this fails me. We just blast bottom floor. Cool. We keep doing it. We reform. You just kind of keep going. Yeah? And then we get fade and we chill. Sure, cool. I don't see how this fails me, right? Hey, look, we did it. I could potentially do even better. I can crush this. I mean, really, you just drip roll the boss and we win. It's fine. I mean, we actually super get there. I don't have to do anything fancy here. It's enough damage. When we add in one more of these units, this will be strong. 4 of these is a huge amount. Hey, look, I found the tomb for the thing, whatever it was, Melting Spout. I'm going to click on Resin Removal. This is a really good spell, especially in the patient. Void Binding, it's cute. I don't want it. No. Cave In is hilarious. I think we've got this still. We go left for the Hellvent. At long last, we see this thing. Endless. I can upgrade my units because I took this Pyrestone housing. We take the Horde first. Chain of Gems is fun. Chain of Gems is really fun because remember, I'm crushing my floor and playing another unit. So this always will proc on... Yeah, it's Chain of Gems. That's a really good pickup. Wow, Lightstone Casing. If I'm scared, I could take Refracting Lens. That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 25 HP per combat. Interesting. We're playing the line of upgrade your bands. I'm definitely not going to do an endless on one of them. It actually messes it up. We'll give one a plus 25. I'll probably toss one a burnout 1. Right? That seems pretty good. Just a little bit extra. It's actually kind of bad. I'm going to re-roll that, actually. Yeah. Multi-strike into one of them. Incredible. And I'll give the other a plus 25. Honestly, excellent. And then I just dupe the one that has 2 multi-strikes. Good grief. Yeah, that's pretty strong, I think. Cool. We've just, like, quadrupled the number of hits on my floor, right? We went from 3 hits to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we actually doubled the number of hits on our floor. That's very powerful. Refracting Lens is worth 50. Precious Plating is worth 40. I think we just take the Precious Plating here. Right? Pretty solid. And that's it, right? There's just nothing else to it. 40 health, we're okay. Alright, friends, fair enough. So, 210 out of 100. Let's go blast some Patient. I think we get this. It's been a very fast run because there haven't been many node generation question marks. I've been going to places that don't have shops and don't have anything we have to do specially. So, you know, fair enough. Incoming Fade, incoming Remnant Pact. We blast the bottom floor here. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I can actually preserve a... Yeah, you may as well. I mean, actually, I don't preserve. It doesn't preserve anything. You're right. You get the hit and the hit. It changes nothing. I guess I could do 30 damage to the boss. Sure. Yeah, fine. Alright. I'll plink him out. I'll leave him on this floor because I do want this to go in my favor. That lifesteal just vanishes immediately. Okay, we burn Prism Retrieval at 3 for no real reason other than I can. Boop. Because of the split anvil, you might as well. We're gonna crush. Ooh, actually, I would rather Fade to just die here. She actually comes in with damage shield. Immediately punished. Punished. We're gonna let it float. I'm gonna crush top, and we're just gonna let it hit. It's okay. This works out a little bit because this floor was for sure gonna do it. Yeah, I mean, they for sure punch through. I can actually... Interesting. Ping one out, and then we only get the hit there. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. I could crush bottom and then start doing the cycling next turn. Yeah, so we'll crush bottom. I'm going to play the resin removal here, which I do think is worthwhile. Doesn't really change anything. I'll take the Wicklash in the back. I'm not going to play the Mind Collapse. I guess I could shoot the boss for 40-something. Yeah, alright, sure. That's okay by me. This gets through this whole thing. We get some more melee weakness. Now, you see what we have to do now. Now we crush middle. There's actually enough units on this floor for me to do this in a meaningful fashion. Right? That's actually like the most important thing here. Is that I play this and we get the extra damage shield back there, and then I can put Fade down, and this looks even better. We will Fatal Melting bottom floor. We're okay. You see, this is what I was talking about with the Chain of Gems, is I'm trying to cycle like that. But, yeah, so it's gonna crush on the floor. I guess we may as well Primitive Mold off floor. You get Big Lad, who comes down with big damage shield. You play in Fade. I actually don't mind the death here. Yeah, sure, that's fine. In fact, I'm gonna let it happen. My man can come home next turn. That's okay. It does prevent some damage to the floor, but it's fine. I'm a little over it. Yeah, we get this. We get what we wanted. So I can do Big Shot on middle here. Cool. She lets me play everything. I can then reform immediately. We can drop in the dude. Here. We then Fade. And now everything is popping off a bit. I'm just going to Fatal Melting the boss because I don't like him. And then I'll blast bottom floor. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I think we're good. He comes middle one more time. Great. I have the pieces. We'll take the crush. I will reform. I mean, you may as well just shoot an enemy first to get the... Yep. To get the split anvil. We then play the lad down. We then play Fade. I then resin removal. And we buff. Sure. And I may as well kill the man in front here and do an extra 1500, or we're doing like, yeah, half of his HP. He doesn't stand a chance, is what this tells me. We are winning. I don't crush middle, I crush bottom, and we just, honestly, you play Fade. She dies, that's great news. You're gonna kill the man on bottom, that's cool, and we're okay, right? Yeah, it's fine. Like, yeah, 5 damage, ooh, buddy. It's okay, though, because, again, we already win without Fade even on the floor. I mean, look at this. Heat. Are you serious? Wow, okay. He doesn't actually even get through Fade. I mean, fair enough. It is a lot of damage coming in, I'll tell you that. We have the pieces. This run cleaned up. Is that a blank pages? You know what? It's incorrect to take blank pages, but when you get blank pages, you're already winning, right? Like, I'm fine. It's okay. And with the Endless, I don't actually think I get any value out of blank pages whatsoever. So, really, what am I even saying here? But, whatever. It's fine. We'll plink downstairs. You might as well. Cool. I mean, because, yeah, she gets redrawn immediately. So I actually never... Yeah, I never get it. Which is hilarious to me. Yeah, that's actually pretty wild. Well, fair enough. I mean, that's Monster Train, my dude. We clear middle. I could clear bottom. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna blast middle. Yeah, it's fine. We'll blast middle. It's okay. Full send. I actually can drop in Fade and then get her killed and not do anything damage shield-wise, which is pretty big win for me. And then we just burn Prism Retrieval to get her back. It's huge. I am a genius. This reduces, it actually improves damage. Wow, even though they get damage shield. That's funny. I'm a genius. Secret genius. Let's see. What in the world am I doing here? I mean, we do the same thing we did before. We crush, we reform, we play. Yes, that gets the spell, the Chain of Gems down. We toss a... Yeah, we just upgrade that unit that hits 3 times in the furthest back. We get rid of spikes on bottom, which is pretty nifty. And I chill. I guess I could actually stop this damage shield from going away. It changes nothing. Yeah, that's fair. Sure. Alright, we crush. A terrible hit, in fact. It happens. I do get the Fatal Melting, followed by the Morselmasters. This guy's been reformed a whole truckload, which is kind of funny, but that's pretty true. I guess I Resin Removal bottom. I'm gonna Daze Change. I don't want his curse, and we're fine. We obviously give him a lot of armor, but we do a lot in terms of scaling on the floor, so that's okay. I full sended on one of the guys downstairs here. True. We just blast him into the ether. I crush middle. You know, there was a world we hit. It's okay, right? It is okay. I play some Wicklashes, I drop in Fade, we do 770 to the boss through the mini-boss, which is incredible news. I do have a very annoying Vengeful Shard in my run now. We crush middle, I reform after the mine collapse. Boop, and then we reform. This gets our super tank in. He's chilling, and we're doing 1,000 damage to the boss. Seems good. This is a very straightforward run. I mean, I saw it early, and I knew what to do with it. So it's honestly great. I think it's actually better to crush bottom. Yeah, check that. And then I play in the Fade here. She dies, but we get the Resin Removal pickup here. And I can take the Wicklash as well. I could honestly just drop the front guy here, get him out of there. That's okay. You know, I could also drop the unit here. Yeah, actually, that's fine. That saves a lot of HP. Sure, that's good. Take it. And then we send it through, and we do a lot of damage here, and we recycle back to where we were. Oh, I actually can just win on this turn, right? I actually just have the win. Yeah, we actually are just okay. We got it, right? I can still do the whole crush, reform nonsense. This dude has 2 HP. I mean, this is redundant and unnecessary, but it's a good flex. Sure. Goodbye, Divinity. Alright, great job. Pew pew pew. Alright. We love to see it. I mean, it's Firelight. That's how it plays. Yeah, sure. Thanks. Thanks, Fel. Hell. Hef. Whatever your name is. I call her Fel because it's her mom. So, it's like, yeah, thanks, Fel. I mean, not Fel. Fel's child. Whatever you are. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't even... Yeah, blank pages did nothing. It looks pretty on my bar, is what it is. And I expected as much. You click it anyway because Monster Train, but it's fine. Good stuff. We'll move on to the run summary. I almost threw on ring 5. That was a big mistake, not using my brain to view the stealth, especially with the sketches, but in truth, our run was strong. Outside of that combat, we were in a very dominant position for the entire rest of the run. I should have looked at Hidden Assault and thought about it a little harder, right? I should have just considered that reality. I also think the crushing demise into reform was really strong in the end. It allowed us to get additional chain of gems value and to recycle our units, getting additional scaling, and also technically additional procs of the Lady of the Reformed summon ability. I didn't need it. We had plenty of burnout at that point, but it did do something. The Pyrestone housing eventually paid out in a big way. 6 hits on the floor is unnecessary, but very, very powerful. That is what allowed me to do things like my 2-turn boss rush on the Divinity and to absolutely crunch Patient, no chance. Upgrading the Mind Collapses was huge because Split Anvil, but also the first Hell Pact, it was great. Space Prism, Space Prism with an intrinsic literally gave me a draw relic, so that's pretty strong. Otherwise, yeah, Remnant Pact is good with Firelight, who knew? Wicklashes are nice to have. Fatal Melting did great. There's just not a lot to say here other than our run was good. We had all the pieces. The only real interesting question is just don't brain off on Hidden Assault, right? I missed 50. I missed 50 Pyre health. I lost so much life to that mistake. So much life to that mistake. It is a tragedy. But truly, I got the entire run under an hour. We're at 53 minutes. This is the kind of stuff that happens when you don't allow resets and you try to move quickly. I had the run quote unquote in the bag, so there wasn't really any reason to sandbag it. I could have spent an additional, I don't know, 10 minutes throughout the run just humming and hawing over decisions, but enough people have given me feedback that they don't want their time wasted like that. They haven't used those exact words, but people have commented on it before, and also the metrics show that people tune out if the run becomes too easy, but I'm spending too much time thinking about it. So as an improvement, you kind of blitz the parts of the run that are easy, and then I don't know, maybe me taking 94 damage on ring 5 improves metrics or something. Who knows? I couldn't tell you. That's a very scary moment. There's like this I almost lost on ring 5 question mark that I can toss in the little description text of the video and everyone can go, "Oh, what happened on ring 5?" And then I could put blank pages in the thumbnail even though it did literally nothing. I won't do that. I think the real takeaways here, other than Fade and Morselmaster, the big pickups here, the Crush Primitive Mold synergy I think is good. The Crush Primitive Mold Chain of Gems, I like that a lot. By the way, Spike's Fade would have been pretty good here, right? Chain of Gems, and then you also had the Remnant Pact with another intrinsic on this. Between the two of those, I think Spike's Fade could have soloed the run. And then you would have just had like Overgorger on top floor just eating or something. That would have been it. But I think the sketches is an interesting one. The first Hell Pact did have value, but it wasn't that incredible. Probably Pyrestone housing, sketches are the big thumbnail relics here. It's always an interesting question for me to decide which ones matter the most. We'll see what I decide when I put it up. And that does bring us up to 21 wins in the series. Not much else to say, so I'll leave you there. And hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like or a dislike if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks. Hiya.